Hello, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today we're taking a deep dive into one of the most iconic and common coins in American history, the 1988 Lincoln penny. Could a regular 1988 penny be worth more than just a single cent? Let's investigate. First, let's look at the basics. The Lincoln cent, or penny, was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by sculptor Victor D. Brenner, it became the first U.S. coin to feature a president. The 1988 penny was minted almost 80 years after the design's debut, with a few modern updates. Like all Lincoln pennies from this era, the 1988 cent has the iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse the front of the coin, along with the inscriptions "In God We Trust, Liberty" and the mint date, 1988. The reverse side of the coin features the Lincoln Memorial. Designed by Frank Gasparo. 1988 pennies were minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver mark with a D, and San Francisco for proof sets marked with an S. The Philadelphia and Denver coins were made for circulation, while the San Francisco versions are typically reserved for collectors. The 1988 Lincoln cent has a unique composition that sets it apart from older pennies. In 1982, the U.S. Mint switched from a nearly pure copper composition to a copper-plated zinc planchet. So 1988 pennies are made of 97.5% zinc with a 2.5% copper plating. This change helped reduce costs, but it also means that 1988 pennies can corrode or wear down more quickly. Now, let's talk about the value of a 1988 penny in everyday circulation. A typical 1988 penny found in pocket change is generally worth face value just 1 cent. These coins were produced in massive numbers, with over 11 billion coins struck between the Philadelphia and Denver mints, so they're relatively common. First, let's consider the coin's condition, also known as its grade. Uncirculated or high-grade 1988 pennies, especially those graded MS-65 or higher by the professional coin grading service PCGS or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, can be worth more. In pristine, uncirculated condition, these pennies can sell for around 30 cents to $2, depending on the grade. Mint errors are a major factor that can increase a penny's value. Error coins are those that have been misstruck or show unique flaws from the minting process, making them rare and desirable to collectors. Here are a few errors to look out for on 1988 pennies. Check the date, Liberty, or In God We Trust for any signs of doubling, where the letters or numbers appear twice, slightly offset. Double dies can range from subtle to dramatic, and they're highly collectible. Some 1988 pennies were struck off-center, meaning the design isn't properly aligned. Off-center errors can range from 5% to as much as 50% off-center, and the value increases with how extreme the off-centering is. If you see a small portion of the edge missing in a curved or straight line, you may have a clipped planchet error. These aren't overly common and can fetch a few dollars depending on the severity of the clip. This is one of the most sought-after and rare varieties of the 1988 penny. Some 1988 cents feature a reverse design intended for 1989, where the letters A and M in America are spaced closely together instead of having a noticeable gap, known as the close AM. Error: this variety is extremely rare and can be worth hundreds of dollars, even in circulated condition. To give you an idea of what a 1988 penny might be worth, here's a quick guide based on condition and unique characteristics. Extremely rare and can be valued from $100 to over $500. Depending on condition, now that you know what to look for, where can you sell a rare 1988 penny? Sites like eBay or online coin dealer websites often have collectors looking for specific dates and errors. It's a great place to start. Especially for unique varieties. If you have a truly rare or high-grade 1988 penny, like a close AM variety, attending a coin show or auction might give you access to experienced collectors and better prices. Many local coin shops are happy to evaluate and buy coins from the public. While they may offer slightly less than online prices, it's an easy and direct option. In summary, while most 1988 Lincoln pennies are worth their face value, a few rare varieties, error coins, and high-grade coins could be worth significantly more. Keep an eye out for pristine uncirculated coins, error varieties like double dies, off-center strikes, and the rare close AM penny. You never know, you might have a valuable piece of history in your pocket change. In coin collecting, condition refers to the physical state or quality of the coin, which can greatly impact its value. Coins are graded based on how well they have been preserved, and the grading scale ranges from poor with lots of wear to mint state appearing nearly brand new. Here's a quick breakdown of the major coin conditions. Coins are heavily worn and may have parts of the design missing or hard to see. Details are worn but still visible, often. Parts of the design may be smooth, but the main features are recognizable. Moderate wear with details becoming clearer, though still lacking sharpness. More detail visible, and while worn, the design is more intact. Light wear overall, but with most details remaining sharp. Very minimal wear. And nearly all details are present. Almost no wear. The coin has only the slightest contact marks. When evaluating your 1988 penny or any other coin, collectors look at these factors to assign a grade, which then helps determine its value on the market. Coins in mint state MS condition are the most valuable because of their pristine quality. The U.S. Lincoln cent, commonly known as the penny, has a long and rich history that began in 1909, celebrating the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth. This history includes design changes, composition adjustments, and several notable varieties. Here's a look at the penny's journey. The Lincoln cent replaced the Indian head cent, and its release marked the first time a U.S. coin featured an actual person rather than symbolic imagery. The design came about due to President Theodore Roosevelt's campaign to beautify American coinage. Roosevelt specifically commissioned sculptor Victor David Brenner to design the Lincoln cent, and his design featured Lincoln's profile on the obverse front, with 2 stalks of wheat on the reverse back. The wheat cent became an American icon. During World War II, copper was in high demand for military equipment, so the U.S. Mint produced pennies from zinc-coated steel. Known as the steel penny, this unique coin looks silvery rather than coppery. However, because they rusted and were easily mistaken for dimes, copper cents were reintroduced in 1944. In 1959, the U.S. Mint changed the reverse design to feature the Lincoln Memorial in honor of the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Designed by Frank Gasparo, this reverse design stayed in circulation until 2008. With the memorial depicted, people could spot a tiny image of Lincoln seated inside, creating a subtle tribute to his legacy. Due to the rising cost of copper, the U.S. Mint changed the penny's composition from 95% copper to copper-plated zinc in 1982. The new penny featured a core of 97.5% zinc, coated with 2.5% copper, making it lighter and cheaper to produce. This change also set the stage for varieties within 1982 pennies, with both copper and zinc versions minted that year. In 2010, the penny's reverse was changed again to the Union Shield, symbolizing Lincoln's preservation of the United States during the Civil War. The shield, designed by Lyndall Bass, represents national unity and features a scroll with the inscription 1 cent. Throughout its history, the Lincoln cent has seen many notable varieties and errors, making it a favorite among collectors. These include some pennies like those minted in 1982, come in both copper and zinc versions, making for interesting collectible variations. Though its purchasing power has decreased over time, the penny remains a symbol of American history, celebrating Lincoln's legacy and representing everyday American life. It has been the subject of debates over whether to discontinue it due to its low purchasing power and production costs, yet it endures as a mainstay in American currency. This historical journey of the Lincoln cent reflects both the evolution of American society and its values, from honoring historic figures to adjusting for economic needs. Each change in the penny's design and composition offers a snapshot of its time, making it one of the most fascinating coins in U.S. history.